Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Daily Fantasy MLB show for today, the 7th of June. We're looking at everything you need for success on daily fantasy site DraftKings today in the baseball games. We'll be looking at starting pitchers, possible stacks of the day, foundation players that we should be using to build the foundations of a winning lineup, and our value plays as well. Looking at starting pitchers, Zack Greinke of the Arizona Diamondbacks is the most expensive pitcher at $11,900 today. He gets the Rays, who do hit for a lot of power, leading Major League Baseball in home runs. This is a hitter's ballpark, but they do also rank the top 5 in strikeouts. Greinke is worth just less than 1 per inning. He's won 4 straight starts. He does look to have straightened himself out now, but there is a pitcher I prefer today. That man is Cole Hamels of the Texas Rangers for $10,300. He gets the Astros, who lead baseball in strikeouts. Hamels is worth over 1 per inning at 72 in 69 innings thrown. He threw it 8 innings with 11 strikeouts and 1 run allowed last time against the Astros, and he has been consistently successful against Houston. I think Hamels is the best pitching play today. If you're looking for a bit more value, Adam Conley of the Miami Marlins for $7,600 was famously taken out in the midst of a no-hit bid earlier this year. I had to put him up as a selection that day as well. Conley is worth around 1 strikeout per inning this year. The lefty does draw the Twins today, who are struggling to score runs and rank the top 10 in the top 10 for strikeouts in baseball so far this year. Those are really the only pitchers I like today. I think I'll be using a lot of Hamels and Conley in my lineups, to be perfectly honest. Looking at stacks of the day, it could well be worth stacking some of those Texas Rangers against Dallas Keuchel. Keuchel has struggled against the Rangers this year. He's got an ERA close to 10 in 2 starts against them. If we take Ryan Rua, who qualifies at first and the outfield for $3,600, he's done very well against left-handers this year. He's hitting .292 with 3 home runs. Outfielder Ian Desmond for $5,000. He has a home run off of Keuchel. It's good against lefties. .307 with 7 homers and 11 steals on the year. And Urickson Profar, who qualifies at second and short, $3,400. He's had a hit every game in the leadoff position since his promotion from the minors. He's hitting .370 with 2 home runs. I think we should be looking to stack some Angels against Michael Pineda. The wind is forecast to be blowing out in the Bronx, and Pineda's been an absolute atrocity in the majority of his starts this year. Third baseman Yunel Escobar leads off, $3,700. He'll set you back. He's got 2 home runs off of Pineda. He's hitting .311 with 3 homers on the year. Outfielder Mike Trout for $5,300. The former MVP is as solid as they come. He's .306, 12 homers and 8 steals. And outfielder Cole Calhoun for $5,000. He's got the platoon in the matchup. He's hitting .301 and 6 home runs this year. I think we want to stack Cleveland Indians against Wade Miley. Miley's been horrific the last 3 starts. He's allowed 18 runs in 14 and 2/3 innings. First baseman Mike Napoli for $5,000 has the platoon in the matchup. .234, 14 home runs this year. Shortstop Francisco Lindor for $4,400. The switch hitter's hitting .308 with 6 homers and 10 steals. Has been hitting very well lately as well. An outfielder Rajai Davis for $3,400. He has 2 home runs off of Miley. .261 hitter, 6 home runs, 13 steals, and he had a home run last night. On the other side of this matchup, I think we can stack some Seattle Mariners against Cody Anderson. It's safe to say Anderson struggled prior to demotion, bar a spot start against the struggling White Sox. Due to this pitching change is the only reason that I can think that the Seattle Mariners are so cheap. I think it was due to be either Carrasco or Salazar originally tonight. Second baseman Robinson Cano with the platoon in the matchup is only $4,100 tonight. .284 with 16 home runs. Third baseman Kyle Seager also has the platoon in the matchup. $3,800, .288, 10 homers. Those two both rank in the top 5 in weighted on base average against right-handed pitching as well. Outfielder Nelson Cruz is $3,600. He's hitting .288 with 13 homers. And first base Adam Lind for $3,100. He's got a home run off of Anderson. He's hitting .241 with 6 home runs, and he will enjoy the platoon in the matchup as well. I think it's worth stacking St. Louis Cardinals against John Lamb, who had allowed multiple homers in back-to-back starts before oddly allowing no home runs at all at Coors Field last time. The Cardinals can hit it out of Great American Ballpark, and the wind does look to be favourable in the forecast for hitters as well. The premier matchup is outfielder Stephen Piscotty, who's $4,600. He's been excellent against lefties this year, .311 with 7 home runs. Second baseman Randall Randall Grichuk for 3,700 has the platoon in the matchup. He's hitting 219 with 7 homers. Shortstop Aledmys Diaz for 4,100, 328, 8 homers in the platoon. And outfielder Jed Giorco for 3,900. He's 250 with 6 homers and will also enjoy the platoon in the matchup. My foundation players today. At first base, it's Kendrys Morales of the Kansas City Royals. Obviously, he's 4,000. Eric Hosmer is also in play in this position, but Morales is that much cheaper. Morales does have 2 home runs off of Ubaldo Jimenez, who has not been pitching well. It's a great park in Baltimore, and he could well add to his 6 home runs for the year tonight. He hasn't been hitting for average, though. That's the knock on him. But if you want to pay up an extra 1,300 and take Hosmer, I can see why you'd do that. Second baseman Jose Altuve of the Houston Astros for 5,100. There's a plethora of options at second base tonight. I don't particularly like the matchup for Altuve against Hamels, but the park obviously sort of counterbalances that. Altuve does rank number 4 in weighted on base average against lefties this year, and that sells me enough. You could also use Daniel Murphy, Robinson Cano, Ben Zobrist, Neil Walker. They are all acceptable options at second today. Third baseman Adrian Beltre of the Texas Rangers for 5,200 has a home run off of Dallas Keuchel, 272 with 10 homers this year, and hits from the right side of the platoon. Shortstop Jonathan Villar of the Milwaukee Brewers for 5,000. He hits left-handed pitching really well from the leadoff spot. 307, 5 homers. He's got 21 stolen bases for upside as well, and he does have 2 home runs in his last 3 games. He's been swinging the bat very, very well. And in the outfield, I'll take Mike Trout of the Angels for 5,300. The former AL MVP is a 306 hitter with 12 home runs and 8 stolen bases. With the wind blowing out against against Michael Pineda at Yankee Stadium tonight, Trout is platoon proof and I think is a very solid play. Catcher for my value plays, I will take Jonathan LaCroix of the Milwaukee Brewers. I wouldn't usually pay big dollar at catcher. He is 4,600, but he is hitting red hot. He hits lefties really well. He's hitting 316 with 9 home runs on the year. My first baseman is Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers for 3,600. Miggy is platoon proof. He ranks high in MLB for weighted on base average versus righties. He's hitting 306 this year with 12 home runs. At second base, Yangervis Salato also qualifies at third of the San Diego Padres. He's 3,600. It is a poor park, but Aaron Blair is a nice matchup for the switch hitter, who is hitting 329 with 4 home runs this year. Blair has had command issues, so I think there's opportunity both from a hitting perspective and for RBIs for Solarte tonight. Third baseman Nick Castellanos of the Detroit Tigers. For some reason, he's only 2,900. I know Aaron Sanchez has been pitching fairly well, but the price is incredibly low for the man who ranks number 17 in MLB in weighted on-base average against right-handed pitching. He is platoon-proof. I can accept Yunel Escobar or Kyle Seager as a value spot in this play as well, but at a price of under 3,000 for a man who hits 317 with 10 home runs on the year, I think Castellanos offers the best value. My shortstop player is Jurickson Profar, also qualifies at second. He is still underpriced at 3,400. He is hitting every single game. I think over 50% of the time he's got multiple hits as well. You know, they can't send him back to the minors. They're finding a way to get him into the lineup as he has seized his opportunity. 372 homers on the year. And my outfield value play is Domingo Santana of the Milwaukee Brewers for 3,500. He crushes left-handed pitching. Crushes it. He's got a 452 weighted on base average against lefties, 50% hard hit percentage, 35.7 line drive percentage. Those numbers are worthy of being a foundation play, and you can get him for 3,500. Santana probably goes yard against Mania of the Oakland A's tonight. That is all I've got for you today. If you want to stack those Brewers, by the way, maybe go VR, LaCroix, Santana and Braun. I couldn't argue with you on that either. Best of luck with your lineups, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.